Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apocalypse Soon. And now, Eddie Pepitone!
Hello, Bob, that's 405. Welcome to Traffic After the Apocalypse. I'm here in Chopper 25 with Ted Fredericks. Ted, what do you see up there?
Well, I got to tell you, it's not looking good. Only a few cars out, and already a several car pileup. It looks like we've got 7 confirmed deaths. On the bright side.
Hey, mister, will somebody help us?
Yeah, we'll
Mister!
see. We report the news. We don't help.
Mister!
Yeah, looks like we've got some sort of civilian down here. He's screaming for help. He
Mister!
doesn't realize
Mister!
that he's completely destitute, that there are no help services coming, that 911 has been disabled for the last 9 months. But look, he's got desperation in his eyes, which means he has a little bit of hope, which is not something we're used to seeing from here from the traffic copter.
Mister.
Mister.
Mr. Man, Mr. Man, Mr. Man, Mr. Man, Mr. Man, Mr. Man, Mr. Man. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. Hey, Kev.
Hey, how we doing?
We just jumped right into it.
I know, it felt good. Do a little barbershop in the beginning.
Yeah.
Pop it up.
You know, recently I've heard this podcast described as free associative.
Yes.
So
I saw that comment too. I was like, I like it.
You know,
we appreciate those comments.
It's free associative, but I've been developing, and now you're aboard for this ride, I've been developing this style of dealing with creativity by just blurting it out.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Eddie, I feel you on that very much so.
Yeah, do you?
Because, well, the podcast that I used to do, which was a completely improvised podcast where I had sound effects and stuff, but I would have guests on that weren't used to improvising.
Okay.
So I would tell them that. I go, just be completely free.
Right.
Just let it go. I made them rules at the beginning. I'm like, let it go. Be free. And I think it's good because that's how you get it out, you know?
Yeah.
You get the goods out.
Yeah. But here's the thing, too, about quote-unquote free associative is that you have to have form within the non-form. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, okay, here's this free associative, so whatever happens, whatever. But no. For creativity to have a point, it has to have boundaries. You know what I mean? It has to have some type of form. And I think, we've developed that over how many podcasts have we done now?
I mean, this will be the 54th, I believe.
So we've done we have not missed a week, I don't think.
No, we've been very good. I mean, we've had so many variations of the studio.
True, that's true.
But we haven't missed one episode.
But now we're in this really nice studio. This is our first day, not in Fanico, but in a different room in Fanico, and it's really nice. It's bigger.
Multiple levels of Fanico studio, the pods of creativity.
Rob Haybear, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
I met Rob's parents, and who else did I meet?
My Aunt Beanie.
And your aunt. And where did I meet them? Louisiana?
In Louisiana. I think you were in Mandeville.
Yes.
Right?
Mandeville. I had such a fun tour.
Heck yeah.
I met Rob's parents. We were talking about how great Rob is.
Yeah.
Me and the parents. Because I'm about their age at this point anyway. Except I have a different lifestyle.
That's
no.
right.
My lifestyle revolves around regret and sports.
Sports and regret. That should be the biography.
So what else, Kev? What's going on with you? Anything interesting? Family-wise, career-wise?
My dog is wearing a diaper currently.
No.
It's
I hope not.
No, she really is. She
Damn.
She's getting old, so she's been having trouble
May I suggest just sneaking up behind her with a club?
That's where my wife's at. my wife's ready to do that. She's like, she pooped in the house 3 times today.
Let's not even go there because I love my dog so much.
Yes.
I'd do anything for her. So what? Anything else? What else is going on besides your dog wearing a fucking diaper?
I started doing the Comedian Cinema Club again.
Oh, good. Right. I saw you after you did that.
Yeah, that was fun. Dude, the Super Bowl party. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. That was a lot of fun, which I still haven't paid him. Oh, my God. I had the Eagles.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I got to pay him on Venmo. But, yeah, Joe McAdam, Kansas City Chief fan. I was convinced, even though I disliked the Eagles intensely, I was convinced that they were going to win. And did not prove true.
No. At one point, we were watching the Super Bowl. It was on the big screen, and Rihanna comes on, and Eddie stands up in this crowd of people. He goes, "Oh my God!"
She was funny.
Yeah, it was
funny.
She
was good. She was good.
Yeah,
I liked the Rihanna segment much more than I thought I would. I thought it would be really bad, but it was really done well. Right?
Oh yeah. They always go huge for that stuff. People hanging from the ceiling on the wires.
Yeah, it reminds me of my sex life.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Wires.
Yeah.
Dangling.
You got I've always
Police.
I've said this to anytime that comes up, a load bearing structure, make sure that the beam is load bearing. When you hook that stuff into your home, you can have big accidents.
True.
With those. So have you always used the wires? Have you it's kind of like you got those from a stunt guy, right?
Yes. He said, "Do you want the wires? We're done with Sting 2." They were filming Sting 2, Sting 1 with Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
Great song.
Right. So Sting 2 was just filmed. It never saw the light of day.
Oh, yeah.
Sting 2.
Yeah.
Sting 2, which was called Stung.
Past tense.
And it was Larry Storch and Peter Falk instead of Newman and Redford.
Yeah.
So it was a weird, different thing. Anyway, welcome to Apocalypse Soon. I'm Eddie Pepitone. I've been back now for I don't even know how long, and I'm back up at the Comedy Store. I did a couple of spots. You taped one or two of them. I forgot one.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see me working out stuff if you become a Patreon member. Kevin will tape them, and we'll show some of my clips.
The new one's up there is scheduled to be up there tomorrow. So when this comes out, you should see it up there.
Okay, cool. And so it's good to be back. I'm here for a bit before I go back to Austin to do South by.
Yeah.
Southwest.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of spots coming up this week in indies shows here. I'm doing Permanent Records tomorrow night.
Very cool.
Popular Kids Club. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay, I never did it before, but I hear it's a good show. But Permanent Records,
same.
I did a show there with Neil Hamburger, and it was cool, but it was weird. It's a cool location, indie.
He's so unique, Neil Hamburger.
Yeah.
He's a very unique guy.
He is. I really like Neil a lot. I think he has a lot of integrity too.
Were you always a kind of a? Because I was recently watching something your appearance with Marin from like 13 years ago where you were ranting.
Yeah.
And you kind of joked about being the alternative comic. Was that something you were always like in that kind of zone, or you're just like you're just doing you and they put?
Yeah, but you know, I just was doing what I do, and it just was what was labeled alternative.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's just what I do. I never stopped doing that.
You weren't at home watching Chris Hardwick and got inspired to do stand up?
No. No, but but it's taken a long time, man, to like really. I mean, I'm saying that with like just letting go of anxiety, which guided meditations is a great way to let go of anxiety. And we'll be going to a guided meditation soon. I just want to say that I have felt it's taken a long time for me to find my voice and what I want to do without worrying about what I'm seen as.
Yeah.
Still I worry about that, though,
Yeah.
because, you don't want to be seen as an asshole.
How do you get to the point of not caring?
By failing a lot.
Really?
Yes.
That's great.
Absolutely.
I'm on my way. I'm getting close.
We're all on our way with my new program, Fail Your Way to the Top. George Bush did it. Matter of fact, most really rich people do it.
Absolutely.
It's the working class that can't do that.
No. Be perfect every time for your morsels.
If it were a meritocracy, folks, it would be a far different world, I think.
Yeah.
I think this certainly isn't a meritocracy. This is just political gamesmanship and in exchange for money.
Yeah.
It's all money. Here's the soundtrack of our system, of the world, really. It's like, yeah. You give me that and I give you this. But I won't give you this before you give me that. Like that is the fucking primalness of what people are doing.
I'm blown away by how surprised people will be when I do something. If I give somebody a ride, like I gave Rob a ride today, and there have been times, absolutely, but there's been times I've given people rides, and they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, your car is 3 blocks away. I'm happy to give you a ride." They're like,
"Right,
you're just gonna give me a ride?" Yeah. And I'm just like, "Yes, if you need a ride," but I don't think people are used to that type of stuff very often because of the meritocracy you're speaking of, where it's like, what are you getting out of this? You got to be getting something out of this.
Yeah.
Can I interject something here?
Yeah.
This is the second time that I've ridden in Kevin's car, because the first time he offered to drive me like just down the block because it was night and my car was parked like, down by the intersection.
Yeah.
And I could see it. But there was nobody else around, so Kevin's like, "Let me just give you a ride."
Yeah, you never know.
So he's a real mensch, this Kevin.
Yeah. Stand-up guy. Famously once jumped in front of a truck to save a sandwich. All right.
It was a foot long. It was a foot long, and it was delicious.
Was a foot long. You're right. You're right about that. So what do we got? What do we got in store today? Or what do you want to do? I know last time we filmed from the park. Did you see that one, Rob?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was really funny.
It was pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice the tents in the background during the guided meditation?
No, I was listening to it on my
my
headphones.
Podcasts, I think, are better listened to.
I like the theater of the mind.
Sometimes there are certain shows that I prefer the video to, but but yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, this one we don't show a lot of video. Other podcasts have some cool like visual stuff, but we don't really do a lot of that, right? Because we like to keep it banal here.
Well,
when Kevin clips it up, he does some pretty interesting
true.
stuff.
That's
true.
Yeah. No, I like to put what's really part of it's a side effect of this job that I wasn't expecting.
Which is?
I get to put beauty filters on you. I put beauty filters. I put a focus filter. And you're just glowing.
I don't put any filters on my social media, and lately I'm going, maybe I should. I was looking at my face the other day going, oh, Jesus, Eddie.
It's
you
crazy.
You may want to put on you have a face filter.
Yeah. No, I always look for acceptable, like an acceptable. Can I get an acceptable face? No, like you said the other. You go, hey, what's going on with your eyes? Sometimes I get really dark circles under my eyes, and I'm like, I gotta find a filter on here that makes me look like I'm awake. That I'm not asleep.
Yeah. So let's do a guided. Let's get right into it. I think
that's great.
I think a lot of people have been feeling stressed lately. If you don't have an end of the world vibe to you by now, you may never have one. Because there's been a train derailment in Ohio that has really heightened concerns about toxicity. Rob, what have you heard about that derailment?
Lots of bad stuff.
Correct. The chemicals, vinyl chloride.
Vinyl chloride, I believe.
Which I believe was part of the Bhopal. Am I right about that? Do you know the Bhopal? Google that for us, Rob, if you can. Bhopal, India. Many thousands of people died. And I'm trying to.
Yeah, this is not good. I mean, I don't know if how tapped into the rest of the U.S.'s water supply that is, but it's
I don't know.
It's some scary stuff. But you know what I was thinking when I got that alert? I was like, this is what it'll be like. If something end of the world happens, I'll see it on Twitter. I'll just be like, it'll be like a deadly anthrax cloud dispersed in downtown Los Angeles, and I'm like, oh, interesting.
Eddie, it was the Bhopal disaster was methyl isocyanate.
So it wasn't this.
It wasn't the same thing.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But I'm looking up other
vinyl
stuff
chloride.
about vinyl chloride.
Yeah, look up vinyl chloride just so we can
but
just get the extent of it, because they are, they're kind of like not really dealing with it, I don't think.
No, they're not.
Right? Yeah. Is that your take too, Rob?
Yeah,
take one, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
take as well.
The stuff that I saw about, like, there's just going to be dead fish in the water, and you can't even boil it because it's like it creates like these microplastics or something.
Jesus.
Because I think what happens is vinyl chloride boils at room temperature, so that's why they like
at room temp.
At room temperature, like so.
Sounds like my temperament.
Looks like your shirt, folks.
But yeah, so they had multiple maps that I saw where it's like this is the map for how big the gas cloud went. This is the map for all the water that is fed by those clouds, and then how far that water travels downstream before all the microplastics get filtered out.
Ugh.
It's just the nastiest stuff.
That's wild. It's not good. It's not good. It's as if we're in the end times, Eddie.
I think we need a guided meditation right now,
folks. Ooh, yeah. Let's put on the sweatpants of emotions and put on an attitude of relaxation on this week's episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope, like me, you have 2 junior mints in your mouth. That's the first step toward achieving any kind of happiness or joy. We're going to lower our lights. Let's everybody lower the brightness, not necessarily the light. The light is always from within. The light is always from within, except in my cousin Ned, who's an absolute scumbag. But everybody besides Ned, the light is within, but just dim the other lights. Not like dim, like a sundowner thing where you're getting older and older and older, and stress is eating away at you. Stress is eating away. No, not like that at all. I don't want you to breathe that in. What I want you to breathe in is the fact that coyotes run wild. Coyotes run wild. Breathe that in. Coyotes run wild. And now, with your out-breath, I want you to see a container that can fit your body in it. It's a steel container, and you get strapped into this steel container and lowered into your subconscious, and you see all of your monsters. see it. See all your monsters.
Rah! I'm your childhood. Rah! I'm Frankenstein.
All right. Now, with your next out breath, I want you to remember, do I have my passport and birth certificate where I think it is? Because most of us lose that stuff. Where is my passport and birth certificate? Oh my God. Can't find it. Wolves. Wolves, run! Wolves, run! Roll, wolves, run and run. The wolf! The wolf! The wolf!
Why are you talking about a wolf?
Italian alien?
Leave the cannolis, take the gun, leave the cannolis, leave the gun, take the cannolis.
And now, with your final out-breath, I want you just envision yourself on a tropical island, and that island has pristine blue waters, turquoise waters, and you get in there, you get into that beautiful Hawaiian sky and surf, and you start swimming. Coyotes are on the shore of this Hawaiian paradise.
Thanks for joining us on another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Boy, that one was a little off the rails, I thought.
I mean, it was like the train floated above the tracks.
I don't know. It just was a different type of guide. It wasn't as specific as the previous ones. It was more surreal and primal, I think.
Yeah, it was. I felt like I was there. You know, I felt like I could see the monsters of my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow. Oh, it's going to take something to bounce back from that.
I mean, we got all kinds. You know what I mean? We got all kinds of stuff to bounce back. We're like, people have described this podcast like silly putty. We always bounce back, and we always copy the newspaper. It's every time.
Yeah. Let me give a wedding toast.
Oh.
Let's do a wedding toast after the last glacier has melted.
I like that. And then we had a question about your days as a bike messenger also.
Oh, let's hear that one first.
You want to do that first?
Yeah.
Well, somebody had mentioned on one of the comments that we had brushed past your days as a bike messenger because being a bike messenger in New York is that's like a difficult thing. Like that had to be wild.
Yeah. Well, it was.
And what time period was this too?
That's a good. Was that part of the question?
No. This is me.
Yeah,
now.
that's you. You know what, dude? 90?
90? Okay.
Or late 80s?
Yeah. I
believe. Yeah.
I remember
90-ish.
Okay.
So, and I was a bike messenger for on and off for like 3-4 years. I had I would say I had about 5 accidents.
Oh God.
Oof.
That's not too bad. Oh, in 4 years.
Three that I could have died.
Jesus.
And
talk about one of those.
Well, they were all very similar. I'd be flying in between parked cars and moving traffic. And if a parked car opened its door without looking, there's nowhere for me to go. You're a bike messenger. You can't swerve to your left into the traffic.
Yeah.
So you take one for the team, buddy.
So you just went.
I went so hard into a door, and then I went flying into the traffic, and a truck swerved around me. I mean, that's how
Holy
close.
shit.
That's how close I came. And then I was
wild.
rollerblading. I just want people to know that this was part of my life. I was rollerblading because I'm a big hockey fan, and I love to ice skate, and I
really?
also love to rollerblade. And I would rollerblade all over Manhattan, and I playing some hockey too, and
Yeah.
and I rollerbladed down Fifth Avenue, and I went flying in the Village, kind of.
Yeah.
And down to the end of Fifth Avenue, and I went flying in the street, skidding toward a UPS truck that was parked. I hurt my ankle. Eventually, what happened, dude, is
that was the only result of you running into the UPS truck?
man. Eventually, like the injuries add up a little bit.
Yes.
And you know, I haven't skated. I put on weight.
Yeah.
I've got to get back to like being more active.
Rollerblading was fun, man. I used
Oh,
to
you used to do it
rollerblade.
too?
Oh yeah. I had a paper route for like 4 years when I was like from the time I was 11 to 15, and
Yeah.
and I would do it on my rollerblades, and I'd have the newspaper thing with it full in the front
Yeah.
and full in the back, and then like scooting down the street, and then I would of course try to jump things. That was always a big part of it too.
Oh yeah, jumping.
Jumping stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I never did that.
Yeah, I
I played hockey.
saw the movie Rollerblade.
Yeah.
Where they were, doing tricks. And,
Well, I saw Grease, and that's when I started to moose.
and thank God for that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
haven't moosed in a while, though, I have to tell you. Do you throw a little product? It looks like.
Oh, yeah. I do a little fiber. It's called
What's that?
Crew Fiber, and it's this little, it's, I don't know, like it's a little thing, and then I do It's basically like a gel, like a more,
Okay.
a less water-based gel, I should say. Kind of a little more a loose hold.
Okay. Let's do a wedding toast.
Mm-hmm.
So wedding toast, the last glacier is melted, and the fate of the human race is now clear.
Okay.
You intro it.
And now, Eddie Pepitone gives a wedding toast at the end of the world.
Hey, everybody, thank you for coming to my son's wedding. Nick's wedding to Clarissa. Hi, Clarissa, you look beautiful. I just want to say we just got word that the last, and there's no way to sugarcoat this, folks. We just got word that the last glacier melted. The scientists were hoping it would take hundreds of thousands of years. Turned out it took 2 years. So they were off a few hundred thou on that. So anyway, I'd like to lift a glass to Clarissa and Nick. There will be no time for you to find out about each other and get a divorce. There will. How about a glass? How about let's raise a glass to these two? This is the easiest marriage ever, because there will be no oxygen in about 48 hours. How about lifting a glass? By the way, if you guys file for divorce tomorrow, that'll be unbelievable. All you got to do is make it through 48 hours, and you've had a lifelong marriage. I want to say this to my wife over there. My wife, honey, sorry it never worked out between us. And where are my kids? Julie and Timmy, my 2 children, both of them now 38, still jobless. One's a whore. The other wants to be a whore. And then I just want to say to you folks who are gathered here, hey, the human civilization, basically known for murder, if you really look at its whole history, we destroyed nature and each other on a large scale, wrote a couple of good symphonies. You know, you had Mozart, you had a couple of other people. Anyway, we had a good run. It's over now, 48 hours at most. They thought these glaciers would last hundreds of thousands of years. Turns out 2, just 2 years.
So lift the glass, everybody. Kiss your ass goodbye. And thank you for coming to Nick and Clarice's wedding.
Thanks for joining us as Eddie gives a wedding toast at the end of the world.
Not bad, right?
That was great.
That was wonderful.
I love that.
You know, not a bad first one, too, because I was talking about earlier, you know, the formation of the free associative content into like a bit where you distill what's funny about it into a bit.
Like the hook. Like
the hook is I guess I don't know if that's on. I know what you're saying.
I would always have
it kind of
touchstones, like where I would always, if I would circle around and then I would blah 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 and then have a touchstone back to some little callbacks when I would do it to keep things structured. But
right,
I mean,
everything good, Rob?
Yeah.
Rob is. We're in a studio for the first time here. And it's a cool place.
I like this room. It's nice.
I liked it. You like this room, Rob?
Oh, I love it.
Rob loves it, too. It's bigger than the other one, yeah?
Yeah.
It just feels more spacious because you're back there now, and it's like this is our room.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like, isn't it wild the way if you put objects down, you fucking completely alter your perception of fucking reality.
Oh, Rob's behind glass now.
Yeah. I had the door open.
Yeah.
So I can kind of.
This reminds me of my check cashing days. Like, you know, and as violence has upticked and robberies, you know, more and more places look like this where the Clark, as they would say in the UK, is behind glass because they're afraid, you know, because they might get murdered.
Yeah, well, that's the same reason they have it here.
Yeah.
You know, if the podcast gets out of control,
well,
you know, Rob can
we
shut
had a
it
couple
down.
of incidents with another client.
I bet you did. When podcasts go bad. Remember when animals go bad?
Yeah, when animals attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had this guppy for 3 years, and then it went for my throat.
How did the guppy go for your throat?
It jumped out of the water when I was making toast.
This is Fred Johnson down here with Bob Fredericks, who claims a guppy went for his throat. Welcome to Pets Gone Bad.
Hard to believe a guppy would do that to somebody, Fred Fredericks.
Well, it happened here. If it happened here, it can happen anywhere. We suggest if you have a guppy or know someone who has a guppy, report it to YSM. Coyotes run wild.
And now Fred Stevens, as the fish is being arrested now and being escorted out of the home here. What's going down there, Fred?
I'm down here, Bob, and it is a beautiful day for a daydream.
Now the fish that went for the man's throat there. Now is he currently in custody?
The fish?
Yes.
They fried him.
Oh,
They
God.
fried him, put him on a bun with a pickle, a little aioli sauce, which is mayonnaise, and a little oil, garlic.
Thanks, Fred, for reporting from the field there. If there's a piece, bring it back to the studio, okay?
Will do. All right, let's get it. Yeah.
I had other ones.
Let's hear. What do you got, babe?
Yeah, we got.
By the way, you're listening to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. And Apocalypse Soon, I did read an article about the glacier the size of Florida. They're actually calling it the Doomsday Glacier. I'm not kidding, folks.
Jesus.
By the way, this is not a conspiracy theorist podcast at all, if you're new. This is more like looking at things for what they are. And there is a glacier the size of Florida that's melting faster than they thought, and it would lead to catastrophic sea rise. But what were you scrolling through your phone for?
I love it. You did it on accident, but that was perfect. Yeah. You're like, hey, we're all gonna die. But what were you looking for? What sketches? So Eddie has a liquidation sale at his sex toy store during the nuclear fallout. I pictured, just volcanoes and
let's
things.
do that one. Folks, by the way, just want to say thank you guys for listening. Become a Patreon member if you have the nuts for it.
Patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. And now, Eddie Pepitone has the biggest liquidation sale since the bomb dropped.
Hey, come on in. Come on in, Frank's dildos and sex toys. Folks, due to the radiation, the nuclear radiation that's falling, this is everything must go. Sex toy. This here, dildo here, usually it's $185. It was modeled after the joint of Frederick von Wuchentuchen, the famous flautist. By the way, a flute in the right hands is a call to action. So listen, we're having a liquidation sale at Frank's Dildos and Sex Toys. This toy here is something you hook up to your nurse's outfit, like the lady or man will get in a nurse's outfit. I don't know who does what these days. Once I got Hulu Plus, that was it for me. I don't have sex anymore. I just watch Hulu Plus with a bag of chips and ice cream. Anyway, so here you go. This thing attaches to the head of a nurse's outfit. It's an electrical charger that you have to jam into the other person's ass, and we're getting rid of that for $32.50.
Oh, wow.
Are you interested? You jam it in the other person's ass, and it sends an electrical charge through them, and then they blow you.
I'm looking for a viable source of water right now. I will maybe come back if I can figure out how to take care of my wounds.
By the way, this just in over the wire. We're sorry we're interrupting the Frank's Dildo and Sex Shop sketch, but this just in. Jakarta is... Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Nothing happened. Okay. All right. We are going to send... We thought we had breaking news regarding Jakarta, and it turns out we did not. It was someone said, your mother...
And thanks for joining us as Eddie Pepitone does a liquidation sale at the end of the universe.
Oh, that was a weird ending.
Wow.
That was a weird ending.
We lost it.
What else do you have there?
Oh, I got all kinds of goods here.
I'm just taking a junior mint.
Please.
I got an idea.
You do? What do you got, Rob?
Contractor who builds billionaire doomsday shelters.
Okay. Contractor who builds billionaires' doomsday shelters. Oh, that's a good one.
Could be the salesman or like the...
Will be a father-son.
Okay.
The Inscrupulata brothers.
Oh, I love it. Brothers?
It's a father and son.
But
They're called
the brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Love it.
Yes. And now, tune in as the Inscrupulata brothers try to sell another millionaire on a doomsday shelter.
Hey, how you doing? We're father and son.
Hey, good to meet you.
I'm Tony Inscrupulata. This is Kevin Inscrupulata.
Good to meet you.
We are the Inscrupulata brothers. That's the name of the company. We are father and son. I'm Tony's father.
Very confusing. We got the license a little bit late, but we had already got the. He's one of the brothers, but his brother was Uncle.
And I had also gotten hit on the head. I was pushed from behind. I was waiting for the IRT, and I fell in front of the number 1 train. Luckily, it only hit my head, the train.
Yeah, we were very, very grateful that day when Pops came home. We thought we lost him. We really did.
The only thing I lost was my memory of what happened to me my previous years living on a planet. And I got to tell you, that feels good to not have to remember that shit anymore.
Yeah. Pops had a rough life. He had a really rough life. And before we started putting these shelters together, Pop,
That's right.
Pop was
Thank
going
you
through
for
a lot of stuff,
Thank you for bringing us back to why we're here. We want to sell billionaires these shelters. Now, Mr. Fredericks, how much money are you worth? I have about $100 billion. What'd you make your money in? Fucking people. Fucking them good. Oh, with what product? Does it fucking matter? Let's just say oil. All right, asshole? All right. So, this shelter here, it has everything. Beautiful furniture. You can see it here. And then look what we designed out here. In case there are chemicals and during the apocalypse, you are going to have some rough times here. All of it is bulletproof.
Completely bulletproof. Everything HEPA filter. All through there.
HEPA filter.
Good to go. We have a full recycling program for the fecal matter and the pee in order to transform it into edible poop and drinkable urine. And of course we got a screaming room in the back. That was your idea, Pops.
If you're gonna scream, you might as well scream in a room designed to keep it private.
Yeah.
When I scream, everybody screams for ice cream.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
That's just a little ditty that we used to sing as a child, as a kid.
When he was younger, he loved ice cream. But he had
especially
to cut back.
blueberry.
Yeah, blueberry is so good. But yeah, so we got the screaming rooms back here, and then of course, we have right here is this will be the bedroom, and you could sleep here, and it folds up, and you got a full couch here, and of course every full HD television.
But here's the kicker, sir. We have over 100 droids in the walls and under the floorboards and in the ceiling tiles that will come down if you are attacked. These droids are made by NASA. They are in your floorboard. Well, how do I look at them? How do I inspect them? How do I know the droids are good?
Great question.
It is a great question, and you're just going to have to trust us.
Yeah. Look, when you put your faith into the brothers that are father and son, you just got to lean all the way in. You know what I mean? You wouldn't, when you sit down in a chair, sir, do you second guess it every time?
No, you don't.
I do.
Now, listen, all the droids have been programmed in an Italian alien voice.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, Italian alien? Well, all right, we have a tape of that. Let's hear it. You better take me to your leader, or I will make you a prosciutto. I have a longer pauses in between my sentences.
Sorry, sometimes I get frozen up when you shoot it to me.
I want to go to your leader. Our leader sucks. Who is it? Joe Biden.
So anyway, that's the little video we got.
That's the little video.
The video. That's kind of what the droids are going to sound like.
That's how they're going to sound. Yeah. I don't know if I like them sounding like that. Well, that's all you... And also, you could see the kitchen we have. A lot of canned goods. You're going to need canned goods.
Mm-hmm.
These are pop-top canned goods, though. Yeah. Much better than the can opener thing.
Much better. And, if you don't like the Italian alien voices, we have a huge selection, right, Pops? That we can, program anything, any voice you like. I know we got a couple of samples. We have an old lady who lives on the East Coast. You want to hear some of that? Okay, yeah.
Hey, you! What are you doing? You come over here, you took the cheese.
Now, I must say, that one also was a little bit Italian as well. But, and that's because she's an immigrant from, Italy. But she does live on the East Coast. So that's why she's an older lady, And Pop, we had quite a few different voices, didn't we?
Well, I think our favorite was Benny and the Jets.
Oh, that's
Benny and the Jets. Bum, bum. Wake you, shake it, do and better.
so I mean, it's that droid as it's killing the the attacking entities, or as it's dealing with the nuclear fallout and whatnot. You can be entertained by the beautiful stylings of Sir Elton John. Listening to Benny and the Jets, and it's
like
fantastic.
a candle in the wind.
It's beautiful.
Never knowing who to cling to. When hello, I'm Elton John, and I just want to offer you the Elton John retirement plan. Imagine if Elton started selling stuff like that. Hey, how many minutes have we done, Rob?
46.
Wow. And that was the Scalumgo brothers. What was it again?
Inscrupulata.
And that was the Inscrupulata brothers bunker sales to billionaire sketch.
Inscrupulata brothers. The brothers who are father and son.
I like that.
See, that's
They're
good.
the brothers who are father and son.
I like that. That's good.
You can see it on the on the side of the van.
Well, let's do one more, and
I'd love it. Do you want me to...
we're up to almost 5-0, so we could do.
Let's see what else
one
I
or two
wrote
more.
down here for you.
People seem to have liked another park one that we did.
Oh yeah. Okay. How about this one?
Mm-hmm.
You're hired. You're a sexual harassment seminar, and you're brought in because there's been a lot of sexual harassment suits at the company.
So I'm talking to the company members.
Yes. And,
okay.
Get the phone away from the microphone.
Oh, thank you.
Get the phone.
Yeah. So the company has to do it. But so you've been doing sexual harassment training for decades, but you've really something happened to you in your life, and now you're really messed up at this one.
And now what?
And now when you're giving this seminar, maybe you've fallen off the wagon completely, or you've I don't know, you're losing it. Now I'm giving you too much direction. I apologize.
No, I hear you. I think I know what you're getting at, buddy. Okay.
Are you ready?
It's similar to, have you seen the movie Faults?
I have not.
Pretty interesting movie. It's kind of what you're talking about.
What's it called?
Faults. Faults. It's
And
a Riley Stearns movie.
Oh.
It's got
I haven't heard of that one.
the sexual harassment training?
No. He's like a self-help guy. But he's like very similar to what you're talking about, where it's like he's really fallen off.
Yeah. I always like that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dark comedy thing, but it's funny. It's legitimately funny.
Yeah. And now, Eddie Pepitone presents the Sexual Harassment Seminar.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? I understand a lot of you have been harassing sexually. Yeah. Anyway, I wish someone would stick their hands on me, but I guess that ain't gonna happen for a while. I guess living in a little motel with a hot plate isn't attractive, and having $50,000 in debt. All right. Sorry, I got lost in that horrible reality that I'm in. I just want to tell you guys, I'm here by federal law, and if it were up to me, I'd execute all of you. Okay? I'd execute all of you. Just for giggles for me, because I've had a rough go. What I want to say is, Don't harass someone who doesn't want to be harassed. Some people want to be harassed. Okay.
Well, now,
Yeah.
now that's not always. No, we don't want to say something like that. Okay, people don't
Well, I'm saying
want to be harassed.
what I'm
typically.
saying is
Sorry, I'm Carol from HR. Sorry.
what I'm saying, Carol, is that some people want to be harassed.
Right. No, I hear you.
No, I mean, let's say you wear a low-cut thing. Let's say you wear a low-cut dress
Oh, right.
one day because spring is sprung, you're feeling it.
Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, I like to show a bit of cleavage for myself, but here at this corporation, we don't want to say that people enjoy getting harassed. But continue. What he's the guys. Give it up for him one more time. Give it up for him, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Please follow me on Twitter, and my latest album is called Cockadoo, Cockadoo, Cockadon't. Anyway, please keep your hands to yourselves unless the other person gets attracted to you because you tell them, oh, I make my own tarot cards, or, I bend time with my mind. You got to make people interested in you, and however you do that, some of you are good chefs. You're like, oh, can I show you how to infuse a salmon with cilantro and ginger? Which I wish I had a nickel for all the people who wanted to get in my pants who served me cilantro infused salmon.
Well, let's try to keep it PG there, sir. Okay.
Anyway, look, you look like a great company. Just wash up if you're gonna have sex. Wash up. A lot of you look filthy.
Oh, okay. I'm not allowed to comment on their personal
anyway,
choices.
Yeah, and look, another thing is, I went into the bathroom there, the men's bathroom, and there was clown makeup all over the goddamn place. Red, rouge, white paint. If you're a clown, don't make yourself up in a public facility. Clowns need their own. Let me see. Who's the clown? Who is the clown here?
Well, no, I don't know if we have any clowns.
That would be me.
Oh, God.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
There's a clown over
what's
there.
his name? Oh, well, my name in the company is Rick, but I'm known as Bobo on the clown circuit.
Yeah,
Hi, Bobo. How you doing? Oh, what happened, Bobo? I was pretending I was throwing water at you, but it was really sawdust.
Yeah, we've had a bit of problems with Bobo, who I totally forgot was a clown, but he is squirted water on a lot of our female
Don't be
employees.
so sure it was water.
Well, okay, now let's keep it PG, sir, please.
I'm just saying, water is not the only liquid a clown has access to.
That is very true. Now, Bobo, let's.
Maker's Mark is big.
Yes, Maker's Mark is quite good. Bobo, now we got to finish the seminar by law. Okay.
All right. Oh yeah. So all right. So everybody, don't try to suck and fuck each other. Okay. Just just try to at least extend invitations to that type of thing if it comes to that. Don't just start sucking and fucking.
Okay, well, I think that will allot our time here, guys. Thank you so much for coming out, and I think you said it quite eloquently. No sucking and effing. And that was Eddie Pepitone giving the sexual harassment training at a major corporation. I feel like we are holding on to the back of a bald eagle that is soaring through the sky right now.
We really are riding the tiger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Riding. Is that slang?
I don't know.
Oh, the dragging, chasing the dragon is slang for heroin or something.
I think it's heroin, yeah.
Yeah.
So, thank you for listening, everybody. You want to tell them what they could do, Kev?
Folks, if you enjoy the podcast, hit the thumbs up, the like, share, subscribe, write a review. The reviews are huge for us. We are growing on our YouTube channel, but if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that, and you hit the bell notification. I hear people say that sometimes. And the Patreon, we got Eddie Pepitone doing, just working on some of his stuff. It's absolutely hilarious. So check that out. As a Patreon, you'll go ahead and get that. You'll get the videos of this podcast the day that they come out. If you don't subscribe, we also will provide it for you a week later. But yeah, like, subscribe, rate, review.
All right, everybody. That was another episode of Apocalypse Soon. And remember, we are the podcast that does not